think this is a very significant court application. I think the country has been asking why Richard Mdluli has remained in the police despite a litany of complaints against him. Murder charges, kidnapping charges, corruption, fraud, nepotism. It just seemed that this guy is really untouchable. So I think the fact that someone like Dr. Ramphele, who's really, a staunch anti-apartheid activist and lauded academic, the fact that she's bringing this case, forcing the state or attempting to force the state to act against Mdluli is extremely significant. And if she succeeds, will definitely show to some kind of breakdown in our systems, in our democratic systems of accountability and transparency. As Dr. Ramphele says in her affidavit, the charges against Mdluli are much more serious than charges that other ordinary policemen and women are being suspended for. If you think about Jackie Selebe, at the time when he was suspended, we didn't really know about the extent of the corruption claims against him. If you think about Bheki Cele, he's basically been suspended from signing some documents to buy a police building or to lease a police building. So I think, yes, Mdluli, it's very difficult not to think that Mdluli is receiving some protection. And the reason for that protection is, of course, or may be found in the letters that he has written to the President and Minister Mthethwa. Depending how deep the court goes in its interrogation of the advocates and in its ruling, this might have a very negative impact on Minister Mthethwa. You would remember that City Press broke the story that Minister Mthethwa interfered in the decision to reinstate Richard Mdluli back into his position as head of crime intelligence, when there were still very serious charges hanging over his head. Minister Mthethwa, of course, also benefited personally from the Secret Service account, or the so-called slush fund that was run in crime intelligence. He is yet to explain why he lied to City Press when we asked him about that, when he said on the record that he has never benefited from state money at his private residence, and we then published invoices the next week to show he has. Why has he lied to the nation about that? Why was his private residence upgraded with government money? And pertaining to President Jacob Zuma, I think he might face questions about his inaction on letters that Mdluli has written to him. At least 2 letters has been published written by Richard Mdluli to the President, and in the second one that we published in City Press 2 weeks ago, Richard Mdluli suggests, at least very strongly, that he would be able and willing to help President Zuma win a second term as ANC leader in Mangaung. And I think serious questions has to be asked, why didn't Zuma act against that? And when he heard of the letter, why didn't he take any more urgent steps? President Zuma has claimed that he did not receive this letter, but he knows about it now. So one would have expected the president to have been doing something by this stage.